We'll start with Arielle. Is it easier to create from a place of love and connection, or a place of like heartbreak and friction, and why? For you personally.
I don't think it's hard for either one, because does not both elicit the space to be a deep well. I think for me, if I'm in a space of love, I'm in an overflowing space. If I'm in a space of grief, I'm in an overflowing space. I often refer to the process of writing as spilling, mostly because it's very much so like I'm not sitting down all the time playing my Bon Iver, the instrumentals are in the back, the candle is lit. More often than not, it's like this poem is coming now. Because you're experiencing it and feeling it now, and the words are being brought to you now. So I think for me, both are a space where I feel like it's a deep well, and the only time that it gets harder or it gets stuck is when I'm probably too much in my own head.
That's fair. That's fair. Wow.
Fantastic.
So, the subject is love. It's a big subject, right? We wanted to deal with it not just in the romantic sense, but in all senses, right? But sharing personal stories, narratives, poems about love is very exposing, right? It's very vulnerable. So, philosophy, how do you literally were humping a mic stand, right? Like how do you protect your peace on stage while at the same time being so extremely vulnerable?
Okay. For me, I take a few minutes before I go to say my poem, and that is me literally calling spirit. My body has control every single day. When I'm on this stage, spirit is fully in control, and I am truly the conduit of the Creator. At that point, none of these things matter. The flesh doesn't matter. Like for me, I'm in that vulnerability. It's like a runner's high. I remember when I started the poem, and then I remember when I ended the poem. But the in-between is I'm visiting with spirit, I'm fellowshipping with the Lord, and it is the closest thing I have ever got to literally putting my pinky in God's palm.
Come on. Damn. Maybe we should do a Q&A like this. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So, evolution, right? Evolution. I met you as, an undergrad, right? And now you're this grown-ass woman, with a full husband and fully fleshed out career. And, when we talk about like supportive, creative community, how has your view of supportive, creative community changed since maybe you started doing poetry?
Yeah. I think it's vital throughout all of it. It looks different. There's going to be versions of you that need certain things, right? And when I was a baby poet, I needed all of. There was no idea that I would still be doing this. One. That didn't come until halfway, through senior year, that I was like, oh shoot, should I be doing this? But in that moment, I was on the slam team. I was being coached in downtown Pomona, and we were just out there at 8 a.m. in the morning just doing poems. But the people in my life then, Brian, you, mentors quick context, I went to school for psychology and theater. I'm the oldest of 5 kids. I was the first to go to college, so I was like, hey, you can't just become a poet, right? Like that's not the route. So I was like, I'm gonna do art therapy, and I'm gonna do that for kids. So I can do a little bit of my art and a little bit of the therapy. So I went to psychology, I double majored in theater, and I was gonna do the whole hodgepodge. And then I kept finding myself on stage. And then I was really involved in leadership because I needed to pay my way through this private Christian university. So I was an RA and I was doing all these things. So I was like, oh, this is actually the route. I'm gonna graduate, I'm gonna get my master's in leadership, and I'm gonna be a resident director. That's the plan. And I had mentors who was like, if you apply for this job, I will literally go to the office and take your application and be like, she's actually not doing this, thank you so much. So I had people who were literally like, no, this is where you're going. And I didn't know that at the time. And so every year, every 5 years, every 10 years, I've had those people who are like, no, just keep going this way. And now I have a support every day, you know, with a partner who dreams bigger for me than I can dream for myself sometimes. And I have the family and the friends and people who are here and who have loved me through every version of me, and I've seen me before I even saw myself.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And
So
do you have opportunities now? Do you find yourself running into opportunities to be able to extend that same?
Oh my gosh, yes,
grace?
where I can. Because I have such dope friends who do dope things. So even doing the show, I'm like, can you guys come and we'll split the tickets and it'll be really cool. And just selfishly, I just want to see my dope friends do dope things, you know? I can't wait till I get to the place where I can really platform people, because I know there's like this assumption of like accolades and success, and like, I still got a day job, I still do social media, I still do the things that we need to do to sustain ourselves, and so I can't wait till I can get to the point where I can really, I've had interns when I've been able to, students in school, who I can be like, I can't really pay you, but I can put you in some dope rooms if you would like that, you know? And so any chance I can get that extension of the opportunities that we really didn't get because no one was trying to be a full-time poet like that, you know, or do it artistically. And so anytime I can open up the space in a way that there wasn't possible for me at the time, I try to. Yes.
Amazing. Yeah. Thank you for that. All right, you clap. So we're gonna do a quick fire round. You ready for this? Okay. What art, song, book, art in general makes you feel deeply loved?
Ooh. Okay. I got a spectrum here, right? Literally, Michael Jackson in a red beaded jacket. Anything he's doing. Bruno Mars. Al Green.
Yes.
John Coltrane. Dizzy Gillespie. Jay-Z. These, and I would be remiss not to say the artist Common. Because when I was a child, a lot of the people that were rapping sounded like other people. And I came out, I thought I was a rapper, you know. And then I heard Common, and he was speaking in metaphor and simile. He was storytelling. He had punchlines, he was witty. And I gravitated towards him. Inhale imagination and breathe wonder. That was one of his lines. I heard that and I was like, oh, this poetry thing may go somewhere, right? Because at the time, everybody's rapping and everybody's giving bars, and I was like, I don't really write like that. I'm more thinking about the universe and stars and how the pyramids are aligned. The pyramid in Giza is aligned with Orion's belt. Like, I'm thinking about those things, right? And people are like, I was like, y'all rhymes are so on earth, you know? But those are the people that I'm listening to when I have my records going at my house. I'm burning my incense, and I am so in the quiet that it is loud. And when I am in that quiet, I get to peel back the layers of my mind as an onion and get to that, whatever that epicenter is that shifts the landscape to thus then begins the writing.
All right, let's keep going. So, love letter to a mundane let's stay with you. Okay, then I'll give you your chance. It's kind of cheating because you get to hear the questions ahead of time. But let's stay with your philosophy. Love letter to a mundane everyday object. What mundane everyday object you write a love letter to?
It would be a sunflower. The reason I would write about a sunflower, because a sunflower or a daffodil, because when you see a sunflower, immensely wherever you are, it is joy. It is, even in a rainy day, you will see a sunflower and that will beam in light that then will illuminate the rest of your day. Also, as the wind blows, thus is the dandelion. Marcus Garvey had a line, he said, "Look for me in the wind." When I hear that, I think of the dandelion, and as you blow it, it gives its life. But as it gives its life, it then becomes infinite for the places that it will go.
Let's go. Hey, brother, you are a sunflower, right? Like that same light is emanating from you. Last question, art without love is fill in the blank?
Ooh, destitute.
Art without love is destitute. Give it up for philosophy. All right, quick fire. What art, song, book, art in general makes you feel deeply loved?
Okay, right now in this moment, it would probably be Olivia Dean. She just makes me feel just like a cutesy, just like woman, and I just do what I want. I go where I go, but also I deserve to be loved. I would say Lizzo, but she knew Mile and Out lately. So, that was the space, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love letter to a mundane, everyday object.
A love letter to a Monday. I'm trying to think about what the object is. I guess I'll say my plants. That doesn't feel like a mundane object, but it will be in this present moment. Constantly teaching me that it's okay to outgrow the spaces you're too small for.
You just gonna throw that in there like that? Like,
I have a lot of plants. I have a lot of plants.
Bars. Like.
I have a lot of plants.
All right, last question.
Plants.
Fill in the blank. Art without love is
Pointless.
Pointless. Please give it up for both of you.